Okay, I'm going to show you how to use the rubrics feature in Google Classroom. It's a really great time-saving feature. Once you get it set up, you can reuse rubrics and so forth. So when I give daily writing assignments or in-class writing assignments, I use the same rubric. I call this level 2 writing. It's where we're using paragraphs and so forth. So I'm going to create an assignment using a level 2 writing rubric. So we're going to go up to create assignment. I'm going to call this a level 2 writing assignment just because I'm showing you what to do. I put in my instructions. And then down here at the bottom, now I go off 4 points. The rubric that I use is a 16-point rubric. You'll fill in everything for your assignment. What you want to pay special attention to is this create rubric. So go ahead and click on that. And now I can put in all the levels for my rubric. So let's say that length is a component of my rubric. I always go in descending order, but you can do whatever you like. This is my 4th point, my highest point, and I would type in my description here. Then to add my 3-point and a 3-point description, 2 and 1. This is how I could input in everything that I need. I'm going to show you a completed one, which is why I'm not typing in. I'm just showing you how to make the rubric. Let's say I want to add another criterion, so I'd click here, and let's say my other one is analysis, right? I would type in 4, describe what level 4 analysis looks like, 3, 2, and so forth. Adding it's pretty easy. You'll of course want to save at the bottom. I'm going to show you one I've already created so you can see how to grade it. Here's a writing response the students did based on a reading that they were given. It's not quite due yet, which is why everyone hasn't turned it in. I have the rubric attached so students can see it, so you'll click on that. And this shows my level 2 writing rubric. Now here's the really cool part. Let's grade one. So this student has responded to the key question, or the key idea, which is describe the Taino people and culture prior to Spanish arrival in the 15th century. So when I grade this, I can come over here and click on grading, and it actually shows me the rubric. If I want to remind myself of each rubric component, I can just click here on this arrow, and it reminds me. And this student did a really great job, so I'm going to give him 4 out of 4 in terms of length. Understanding, I think that he demonstrates strong understanding of the key question and of the concepts. I think that his writing effectively answered the key question. And I think that he demonstrated strong critical and creative thinking. So I've got all 4 here. I can add a comment if I want to, right? Great work. Post. I've got all 4, so he's got 16 out of 16. And I can save this work, or I can go ahead and return it. Click over to the next student. Makes it really easy to grade. So working with the rubric is actually, it's pretty easy once you establish it. Now, here's the tricky thing. Unlike with comments, I can't create a bank of rubrics. So if I want to reuse a rubric, what I'll do is reuse the post. So I'm going to go back to classwork. This one has the rubric that I want, so I don't have to type it in again. So I know that this is the one that I want, the Taino Level 2 writing response. So now when I create a new assignment, I'm going to reuse the post. I know I want to reuse this for another writing assignment, so I'm going to click this one, reuse. It keeps everything attached, and I'm just going to change out what I don't need. I know I want to do a Level 2 writing response after this lesson, so that Columbian Exchange Level 2 writing response. My instructions will stay the same. I will change the due date when we're doing that. I would click off of these, and then any new thing I would add from Drive. So it keeps the rubric the same. I'm just changing everything out. I predict they'll eventually come out with a way to bank these, as they did with comments. It took about a year for them to roll out a comment bank. But for now, the best way to do it is just to reuse the assignment so you don't have to type it out every single time. And that's rubrics. Pretty simple to use once you get it going. A little tedious to type in at once if your stuff is paper-based, but once you have it in, it's a quick reuse and it speeds up grading time significantly. Please feel free to let me know if you have any questions about any of this. I'm happy to help. Thanks.